Hello everybody! In this video we're going to talk about sound changes in English, specifically American English. As you probably already know, we can't always rely on the spelling of a word to tell us how it's actually pronounced. There are many reasons for this, but one reason is because sounds can change depending on the sounds that are around them. So you might see a letter in a word, but you might pronounce it as a different letter depending on the sounds that are around that letter. Let's explore this. In this video, we will specifically deal with the American T sound. In particular, we'll focus on 3 situations where the American T changes into a fast D sound. In American English, a T sound can change to a fast D sound in 3 situations. The first situation is when T is between 2 vowel sounds. The second situation is when T is after an R and a vowel, and the last situation is when a T is before an L. Let's explore each of these one by one. First, let's start with when T is between 2 vowel sounds. Of course, we need to define what a vowel actually is first. So really quickly, vowels are the sounds that you make with a continuous flow of air. You do not use your tongue, your teeth, your lips, or anything else to create these sounds. They're only made by a continuous flow of air. In English, the vowels are usually represented by the letters A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. So even though we only use 5 letters to represent these vowel sounds, we actually have 20 vowel sounds in English. If you want to learn more about vowels, you can click on this video right here. So returning to our first situation, a T can turn into a fast D sound when it is in between 2 vowels. Take, for example, the word butter. I'm not actually saying butter with a T, but as an American, I pronounce this as butter, butter, with a D sound, butter, because the T sound here is located in between 2 vowel sounds, and How about this word? That's right. It would be better, better, because just like butter, the T is located in between 2 vowel sounds. And of course, we have this famous word, water, water. Because this T is between an and an I'm going to pronounce it as a quick D sound. Water, water, water. These rules apply even when T is between 2 words. Naturally, a native speaker or any speaker of any language isn't going to stop between each and every word. It's a continuous flow. And because of this, these rules apply with T even when T is between 2 words. Let me show you what I mean. So here I have 2 words, it and is. But because this T is in between 2 vowel sounds, even though they're 2 separate words, I'm still going to pronounce this T as a fast D sound. So I'm not going to say it is. As an American, I'm going to say it is, it is, it is. Here too, I have 2 separate words, but this T is in between 2 vowel sounds. So I'm going to say what if, what if, what if. Or here, eat, it, but T is in between 2 vowel sounds, so I would say eat it, eat it, eat it. This is really important for the proper pronunciation of phrasal verbs in American English. Why? Well, this is mostly because phrasal verbs use prepositions, and a lot of prepositions begin with vowel sounds. For example, we have up, out, on, away, etc. So if the main verb ends with a T sound, this could affect its pronunciation because that T might be in between 2 vowel sounds. Let's look at some examples. So first we have get up. This T is in between 2 vowel sounds, and So I'm not going to say get up, but I'm going to say get up with a fast D, get up. Same with put on. This T is in between 2 vowels, so it's going to sound like put on, put on, put on. Lastly, I've included let in. but this T is in between two vowels, so it's going to sound like, you guessed it, let in, let in, let in, with a quick D. The next situation in which an American T sound will change to a fast D sound is when T is located after an R and before a vowel. Let's look at some examples. Here we have the word party, party. So this T is after an R sound and before a vowel sound. Remember, Y sometimes represents a vowel sound in English. So the pronunciation here is party, party, party. Or the word 40, 40, because the T is after an R and before a vowel. This pronunciation works very similarly for other numbers that have a similar ending. For example, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, etc. The last situation in which an American T sound might become a fast D sound is when T comes before L. For instance, the word little, little. I'm not saying little, little, the way a British person might say it. I'm actually pronouncing this T as a fast D. Little, little, because this T is before an L sound. Or the word bottle, bottle, because this T is before an L. Now, it's important to note two things. The first thing is that the American T will not change into a fast D sound if it is inside a stressed syllable. For example, we don't say adack, we say attack, because the T is inside the stressed syllable. It's the same with attend or attempt or potato. You'll hear in the last word, potato, I'm pronouncing the T in the stressed syllable as a T, but the T in the unstressed syllable is a D. Potato, potato. If you haven't learned about stressed syllables inside of words, it's really important, and I highly recommend that you check out this video I made here to learn more about them. The second thing to note is that this is a language that we're dealing with, so there will always be exceptions. You might hear people break these rules, and that's okay. These are just general pronunciation rules for American English. And even though they mostly apply to American English, you might also hear them in other accents. You might also hear them in other English accents. Let's practice this. Take a look at these two sentences and think about the T's that you see. Are they in between vowel sounds? Are they after an R and before a vowel? Are they before an L sound? Feel free to pause the video here, take a look, make a guess, and then we'll go over the answers together. Okay, our first sentence. Where are the T's located here? Once we locate our T's, we can take a guess as to whether they will be pronounced as a T or if they might be pronounced as a fast D. And in fact, all of these here would be pronounced as fast Ds. So I would say this sentence as, my daughter bought a lot of batteries. My daughter bought a lot of batteries. This is why you cannot always trust spelling in English, because you might see an H before this T, but it's not actually an H sound. It's actually a vowel sound. So we have this T that is between vowels in daughter. It's also in between vowels because bought, the sound before T is a vowel. And then the sound immediately after it, even though it's technically a different word, is also a vowel. It's the same with lot, right? So the sound before this T is a vowel, and the word immediately after it begins with a vowel. So it's between two vowels. And lastly, we have batteries, batteries. My daughter bought a lot of batteries. My daughter bought a lot of batteries. My daughter bought a lot of batteries. It's a lot of D. All right, our second sentence. So let's locate these T's. In this sentence, we also have a lot of T's, but not all of them are going to be pronounced as quick D's. So we have the T in waiter, which is between two vowels. So I'm going to say waiter, waiter. However, the T in told remains a T, told. The waiter told. And then also we have this T, we have the T in TH, but this is technically not a T sound, it's a TH sound, so we can ignore this for now. And in total, we have two T's, but only one of them is going to become a fast D, and that is the one that is not in the stressed syllable. So to is the stressed syllable here, so we will leave that T alone. We'll pronounce it as a T, but the second T is actually a D. Total, total. And then, just as we learned before, 40, that T is a fast D, 40. So if I pronounce this sentence quickly, it's going to sound like, the waiter told us the total was $40. The waiter told us the total was $40. The waiter told us the total was $40. Okay, so in this video, we learned when the American T sound becomes a quick D sound, and this occurs in 3 situations. The first one is when T is between 2 vowel sounds. The second one is when T is after an R and before a vowel sound. And the last one is when T is before an L sound. Of course, syllable stress also affects this, so that's something to keep in mind. I hope this video was useful, and I will see you here in the next one. Bye, everybody.